We need to take a moment to understand the difference between properties and methods. We have seen that properties are associated with the various controls. Properties describe something about that control. It could be the size of the control or the color of the control. To some extent, properties can control the behavior of a control or object. You want to think of properties as if they are adjectives that will describe objects, much in the same manner as adjectives describe nouns in English. Properties are separated from the control with a period when writing them in code. For example, name textbox.text. The control is name textbox and the text is the property. Take note that there is nothing after the word text. That is, there are no parentheses. The reason this is important to note is that this is one of the differences, or one way you can tell a difference between a property and a method. As you will see on the next slide, a method will be followed by a set of parentheses, where properties do not. Think of methods as if they are verbs. They are action items. They will permit or control the actions of a specific objects. Objects will have predefined methods that are available to the Visual Basic programmer. That is, you're not able to create your own methods for an object. They are already built into the language. When using them in code, they look similar to a property in that they are separated from the control with a period or a dot. For example, name textbox.clear. In this example, name textbox is the control name and clear is the method. What clear does in this case is delete the contents of the text box. Note the presence of the open and close parentheses. It's not important to understand what should or should not belong in the parentheses at this point, but just recognize that this will automatically appear through the IntelliSense of Visual Basic. And this is one clue that what you are dealing with is a method versus a property. I will now launch Visual Basic to provide a quick demonstration. If I place a text box on the form, I of course can affect and create properties for the text box by using the Properties window. So first, properties obviously are available in the Properties window. For example, I can go to the text property and I can type in some text into the text box itself. I have now just affected the property of the text box. If I introduce a button onto the form, which will then interact with the text box, I will double click that button and simply write a line of code that says text box 1 dot text equals hello. Now when I run this program, and click the button, it replaces the contents of the text box with the word hello. What I'm doing through code is affecting the property, the text property of the text box. If, however, I decide to change the code for that button and simply type textbox.clear, you notice when I press enter that the parentheses appear. Again, this is an indication that this is a method. So now when I run this program and click the button, it performs the action of clearing the contents of the text box. So this is a quick example of the difference between a property and a method.